Welcome to Solving Citizen Legal Encounters. All right, today we have a pro se defendant who wants to defend himself against a speeding ticket. But sometimes you can speed a little bit, but his speed was a little bit too much. And check out the argument he's going to bring in this case. And you let me know if you think it was a good argument or a bad argument. Let's go.
Defendant Israel Burrell. All right, court will call case number G 5072501, State of Texas versus Israel Burrell. The charge of speeding going 96 in a 45-mile-per-hour zone. Is the state ready?
State is ready, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Burrell, have you received a copy of the complaint charging you with this offense? Sir? I can't hear you. Let's see. Have you received a copy of the complaint charging you with this offense? I still can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, there we go. All right. Have you received a copy of the complaint charging you with that offense?
Yes, I have.
Do you wish to have that complaint read here in open court?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Bishop, will you please read the complaint?
Clause number G 5072501, State of Texas versus Israel Miguel Burrell. In the name and by the authority of the State of Texas, I, the undersigned affiant, do solemnly swear that I have good reason to believe and do believe that Israel Miguel Burrell, hereinafter called the defendant, on or about the 4th day of July 2025 AD, and before the making and filing of this complaint in the territorial limits of the city of Dalworthington Gardens in the county of Caron, state of Texas, did then and there unlawfully drive and operate a motor vehicle on a public street, to wit, the 3000 block of West Pioneer Parkway, at a speed greater than was reasonable and prudent under the conditions then existing, having regard to the actual and potential hazards, to wit, at 96 miles per hour, the maximum lawful speed at such time and place being 45 miles per hour, as provided by the Transportation Code of the state of Texas. My belief of the aforesaid statement is based upon information provided to me by Michael Bass, a peace officer for the state of Texas and or city of Dalworthington Gardens, who personally observed such offense against the peace and dignity of the state of Texas, signed by Sandra Moss, a credible person on July 22, 2025 before a notary public.
All right, Ms. Burrell, you've heard the reading of this complaint in open court. To this charge, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
You've indicated you wish to waive your right to a jury trial and have me hear your case tonight, correct?
That's correct.
And you wish to represent yourself, correct?
That's correct.
All right. Mr. Bishop, you may call your first witness.
All Officer Michael Bass.
Officer Bass?
Yes, ma'am.
Swear you in? Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you'll give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, please state your full name and spell your last name.
Michael Bass, B-A-S-S.
Mr. Bishop, you may proceed.
Officer Bass, how were you employed on July the 4th of 2025?
Commissioned police officer with the city of Dalworthington Gardens.
And on that date, sir, were you working traffic enforcement in the 3000 block of West Pioneer Parkway?
Yes, sir, I was.
And during your service as a police officer for the city of Dalworthington Gardens on the day in question, did you come in contact with an Israel Miguel Burrell?
Yes, I did.
And did you issue or did you observe a speeding violation
Yes, sir, I
committed
did.
by Mr. Burrell?
That's correct.
Can you identify Mr. Burrell if you saw him again?
Yes, I'm able to see him, and he's a black male, approximately 200 pounds, has a beard.
Is this the same person that you observed commit the speeding violation
Yes,
on
sir.
the day in question?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Is the 3000 block of West Pioneer Parkway a public street located in the territorial limits of the city of Dalworthington Gardens, Tarrant County, Texas?
Yes, sir.
And on that day, sir, were you stationary or were you moving?
So I was stationary. I had my vehicle parked in about the 2700 block of West Pioneer Parkway, facing west. So I was conducting traffic enforcement for eastbound traffic on West Pioneer Parkway.
All right. About what time of day was it?
It was approximately, I believe, 1:17 in the morning.
Okay. Now, do you have the ticket in front of you?
Yes, sir, I do.
You can use that to refresh your memory. Are you trained to estimate the speed of a vehicle?
Yes, sir, I am.
And do you remember the defendant's vehicle approaching you?
Yes, it was the only vehicle on the roadway at the time.
And can you tell the court whether you were or were not able to make a visual estimation of the speed?
So yes, we're trained to make a visual estimation. Then we confirm that through audio tones within the radar unit itself, and then a visual representation of the speed.
Okay, and were you able to make a visual estimation of the defendant's speed?
Yes, I was.
And what speed did you believe he was traveling based upon what you saw?
Based upon what I saw, I estimated around 80 miles an hour.
Are there signs posted on for eastbound traffic on West Pioneer Parkway concerning a speed limit?
Yes, they are.
Are those signs lawfully posted to your knowledge?
Yes, they are.
Were those signs visible on the night in question?
Yes, sir.
And what is the maximum posted speed, or what was the maximum posted speed for the 3000 block of West Pioneer Parkway on July 4 of this year?
45 miles an hour.
All right. And again, you estimated the defendant's speed at over 60,
Over at least 80
at least
at the
80.
time.
Now, can you tell the court whether you used your radar to clock the defendant?
Yes, sir, I did.
Was the defendant coming towards you?
Yes, he was.
Was there any vehicle between your radar and the defendant's vehicle?
No, there were no other vehicles on the roadway.
Okay. And did the defendant have his headlights on?
Yes, he did.
Okay. In regard to your radar, when did your shift start that day?
It started on July 3rd around 7 p.m.
So you were working 7P to 7A, is that right?
That's correct.
And can you tell the court whether or not you tested your radar before the start of your shift?
Yes, so per policy, we're required to test the radar prior to our shift beginning utilizing the tuning forks. The test did not reveal any discrepancies with the radar. During my shift, the radar recalibrates every 10 minutes and does a self-test to identify that it is properly working.
Did it pass all of those tests?
Yes, sir, it did.
Now, when you clocked the defendant's vehicle with the radar, are you sure you clocked the defendant's vehicle and not someone else's vehicle?
There was no other vehicle in the eastbound travel lanes. The setting on the radar was for traffic that was approaching me only. There is an option for it to display speeds for traffic going both directions, but I had it specifically set for traffic coming at me.
Did it register or give you a verbal clue? Well, let me rephrase that. Did it give you a set speed that it clocked the defendant's vehicle at?
That is correct. The speed was 96 miles an hour. There is an audible tone that emits from the radar unit. As the speed increases, the pitch increases also. So I verify the pitch with the reading on the radar to determine the speed of the vehicle.
The officer testifying in this case is doing a really good job. He's explaining everything properly, so there's no questions about how he clocked that speed. And all of the things that he's explaining on how it works, he's explaining it by the book.
Was the pitch on the radar when it clocked the defendant, was it consistent with a vehicle that was traveling at 96 miles an hour?
Yes, sir. It's a very high pitched sound.
And your radar showed it was 96. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And what did you do after you clocked the defendant's vehicle?
Made a traffic stop. Mr. Burrell pulled into the Walmart parking lot. Made contact with Mr. Burrell. I immediately observed him to be agitated. I told him, well, first of all, I told him who I was, who I worked for. Told him that the traffic stop was based upon his speed being recorded at 96 miles in a 45 mile an hour zone. His response to me was that I was tripping.
Well, he was about to fall or something.
Was there anybody in the car with him?
I did not observe anyone.
All right, and I'm assuming at that point you issued the citation. Is that correct?
I did issue a citation. Mr. Burrell refused to sign for his promise to appear. I then attempted to hand him the citation. He refused to accept it. I placed the citation on his dashboard. Once the traffic stop concluded, Mr. Burrell took the citation and threw it on the parking lot of the Walmart.
Oh, say it isn't true.
All right. Does the violation date and time, does it show on or do you remember when the violation was recorded on the ticket, what time it showed?
I do not recall, sir.
Would you agree that it was 4:14 in the morning?
So this citation was a second citation that I issued because the first citation that was issued, I had incorrectly placed a 40 mile per hour instead of 45. So I requested that the court dismiss the citation, and I reissued the citation based upon the complaint that you have today.
So that statement right there, if you're curious to know, the officer's department probably audits each ticket number that is being issued. And so once that ticket number is issued, it's going to either automatically go to the court or they just have to account for that citation. So that's why he had to go through dismissing one and then reissuing another one for the accountability.
Okay, so when approximately did the violation occur?
Probably around 1:17 or so in the morning. And that's
Okay,
based upon my review of my body camera.
Okay. And then the citation that we have that's the subject of this case was issued at 4:14. Is that right?
It was issued several days later after I had consulted with the court and was given information on how to proceed with dismissal of the initial citation and the reissuance of the second citation.
All right. Okay. Now, can you tell the court on the date that you issued the citation whether you checked your radar after you had clocked the defendant?
I do not recall, sir.
Did you check your radar at the conclusion of your shift?
Yes. And again, the radar unit does a self-calibration every 10 minutes also.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. Did you notice or get any signal from the time that this stop ended and you'd issued the citation until the end of your shift that the radar was not functioning properly?
No, sir.
What test did you give it at the end of your shift?
An additional tuning fork test.
And did it pass that test or fail
Yes,
that
sir.
test?
It did.
It did what?
It did pass.
Okay. Officer, at the time you observed the defendant in the 3000 block of West Pioneer Parkway on July 4, 2025, is it your testimony that he was traveling at a speed that was greater than reasonable and prudent under the conditions that existed at that time?
Yes, sir, I do.
Why do you say that, sir?
Based upon my observations and the recording on the radar unit.
Now, West Pioneer Parkway has streets that run perpendicular to it. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And so there could be other traffic entering West Pioneer Parkway from those streets. Is that correct, sir?
That's correct.
And in your opinion, officer, was the fact that the defendant was traveling 96 miles an hour, where that endangers someone that was possibly entering West Pioneer Parkway from a perpendicular street or intersection?
Others, and my concern for Mr. Burrell's safety also.
Right. I pass the witness.
All right, Mr. Burrell, this is your opportunity to ask this witness questions regarding this case.
I didn't think we could get to this moment fast enough.
Okay, absolutely. So my first question is, when you came up to my car, I wasn't irritated when you first came up. I asked you a simple question. You didn't show me your radar.
Objection form.
Okay, objection sustained. Sir, you need to ask one question, not make a statement. And if you ask a question, you've got to wait and let the witness answer.
Yes, ma'am. So my thing is, okay, when he pulled me over and he said I was doing it, and
Don't speak to me.
Well,
this is your time to ask him questions.
Absolutely. So when I asked for a supervisor, officer, why did you walk away to your cruiser and didn't acknowledge me?
I don't recall you asking for a supervisor, and I am the supervisor on the shift.
This is getting good already.
But I did ask you, so that's it for now.
Objection form.
Wait, I'm sorry. You said that's it for now. Does that mean you have no other questions?
Oh, absolutely. I would like to testify.
No, but do you have any other questions of this witness?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Any further questions, Mr. Bishop?
State rest, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Burrell, that's all the evidence the state is going to present in their case in chief. Remember my earlier warnings. The state has the burden of proof. They must prove each and every element beyond a reasonable doubt. You have no burden of proof. You don't have to offer any testimony. In fact, you have a Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Do you wish to waive that right and testify?
Yes, ma'am, I would like to.
Okay, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you'll give, is that your right hand? I can't see your hand.
Yes.
Eh?
Isn't that your left hand? There we go. All right. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you'll give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You don't have to ask yourself questions. You may just go ahead and testify.
Oh, absolutely. So before he stopped me, which was trying to tell him, but like I said, he was not acknowledging me. I was doing Lyft full time. Literally before he pulled me over at nighttime, early in the morning, I just dropped the passenger off around the corner in that area before me. And I'm not from Arlington. I don't know the areas like this. So after I dropped the passenger off, I was low on gas. So there was no way I would be able to, 2013 Hyundai, 147 horsepower. There's no way my car would go that fast. I was heading home. My thing was on E because I was driving for 12 hours, doing Lyft that whole day. I was heading home, but I had to go get gas. You see what I'm saying? So why would I be going that fast in an area I don't know, early in the morning, while I'm heading home and I'm low on gas?
Because you was trying to hurry up and get to the gas station before you ran out?
And my car don't even go that fast. I ain't ever went that fast. And him to be a peace officer, all I want is peace. All I do is abide rules. All I was doing working that whole day. I ain't ever went that fast. And for him to say, it was a visual thing. Okay, why didn't you show me the radar then? Why didn't you give me your supervisor saying I didn't say that when I did?
He is the supervisor, so he wants them to show him himself.
Acknowledge you and ask you. That's all I have to say.
Cross-examination, Mr. Bishop.
Mr. Burrell, did you have a passenger with you
No,
at the
ma'am.
time?
No, no, sir.
Okay. And the officer says that he clocked you at 96 and a 45 and visually observed you at over 80.
Hmm.
How fast do you say you were going?
I was going the speed limit. I promise you. Especially early in the morning like that. I ain't ever went that fast. I don't even go that fast on the freeway. I barely go 70.
Okay.
In a residential, like, come on now. I ain't ever went that fast. And if I could call my friends and find, they'll tell you, why you going so slow? So 96 said that early in the
Objection,
morning?
non-responsive.
Yeah.
Objection sustained. Sir, just answer the question, please, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
So he's clocked you at 96. You say you were going the speed limit, which is 45. So it's your contention that his radar has made an error of 51 miles per hour. Is that
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. And I just dropped the
What
passenger.
facts do you base your statement on that you were going the speed limit?
Because I just dropped the passenger off and it was early in the morning. And besides, like I stated, I was heading home, but I needed gas. I was heading home after my last drop off. That's the truth. I ain't ever went that fast.
You were driving a Hyundai Sonata, is that correct, sir?
2013, yes, sir.
White in color?
Yes, sir.
And then you were eastbound on Pioneer Parkway, is that correct?
I believe so. Like I told you, I wasn't familiar with the area. I just moved to Arlington.
Okay.
But I've been in that area plenty of times 'cause I live close over there.
Did you refuse to sign the ticket?
He never asked me to sign the ticket. He did give me the citation. I do agree. I did throw that, but he never asked me. Even when I went to the court, she was like, "Did he ask you?" I was like, "He never asked me. He just handed it and walked to his cruiser. I promise you." He handed it to me and walked to his cruiser, and then he would ask me to sign nothing. That was the first citation I ever got. And he never asked me none of that. Can you sign this?
Did you throw the ticket out the door?
That part I did.
Something's missing here.
When he
Why?
because he walked to his cruiser when I asked him to bring the supervisor. And I didn't know he was the supervisor, but when I asked him, like, "Can you bring a supervisor?" He walked away. That's when I did that. Yes, I did. He told truth on that part. And that was wrong for doing that.
Were you angry?
After he refused to give me a
Were
supervisor,
you angry?
no, I wasn't angry. I was a little upset because he wasn't acknowledging me. Trying to listen to my story when I was trying to tell him what I was doing. I'm trying to tell him this. I just finished this. Can I get a supervisor since you don't believe me? And he just walked away. He didn't give me no attention.
So that's what he wanted.
He knew
You
better than
heard him
I.
say he was the supervisor, didn't you?
Yeah, now. But at that time, he would not acknowledge me.
Did you ask to see the radar?
I haven't asked to see the radar. I asked to see the supervisor because I know I wasn't going to 96 and 45 when I
You
just
say
dropped somebody.
you did or did not ask to see the radar?
I did not at
Okay.
that time.
Okay, so all of that, you felt justified in throwing the ticket out the window.
Yes, sir. After he walked away and then acknowledged me to bring a supervisor. Yes, sir. But he did not ask me to sign it. If he would
Okay,
have,
but in regards to this trial, you've had the complaint read to you, is that right? And you're aware of the charges, is that correct?
yes, sir.
Okay, pass the witness.
Do you have any further testimony, Mr. Burrell?
No, ma'am. That's it.
Okay, do you rest your case?
I rest my case.
Anything further from the state, Mr. Bishop?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, we'll proceed now to final argument. Mr. Burrell, since the state is a burden of proof, they get to go first. You may make your argument, they may rebut. Go ahead, Mr. Bishop.
Yes, Your Honor. The officer observed the defendant in the 3000 block of West Pioneer Parkway traveling at a high rate of speed. He visually estimated that at over 80 miles an hour. And the actual speed is confirmed by radar was 96 miles per hour. in a 45-mile-per-hour zone. He's identified the defendant, he's identified the vehicle, and to believe that the defendant was not speeding, you would have to accept that the radar made a mistake of over 51 miles per hour. And the officer made that same mistake when he made the visual observation. And the defendant is the only vehicle on the roadway going east. Based upon the officer's testimony, the state would respectfully request that the court find this defendant guilty as charged in the complaint.
Mr. Burrell, you may make your final argument.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my final argument. For him to say what he had to say, saying it was a visual and then he check it and then saying he didn't check until the end of the shift, like that's crazy to me. Like I said, I tried to explain to him I was doing live. I explained to the bishop that I was doing live. I just finished. I was out of gas. So like I said, I was following the speed limit. That's all I have to say. I ain't got no recording. And even when I was doing live full time, especially if in that, like I got over 2,000 drives with live. So if I ever drive perfect rating, I ain't had no complaints out of 2,000 rides. Ain't ever spared nothing with them. And even if I had them in the car when he pulled me over, that would have been my witness. I literally just dropped him off around that corner.
I don't know why he keeps going with that argument, but it's not going to work.
So that's my last argument I have to say. But I ain't ever drive. I don't even drive that fast on the highway, ever. So especially at 3 a.m. or around that time, wherever, early in the morning. Come on now.
Does that conclude your argument?
That concludes it.
All right. Mr. Bishop, anything further?
No, we're not saying that he put any Lyft passenger in danger. No one's saying that. He had no passengers with him. And his past driving history is not an issue. I'll take him in his word for that. We're just saying that on this particular occasion, he was going too fast. And the evidence proves it.
All right. In case G 5072501, style of the state of Texas versus Israel Burrell, the court has heard the evidence and the testimony in this case. The court finds the defendant guilty of the offense of speeding going 96 in a 45-mile-per-hour zone. Court assesses a fine of $200. Court costs are $134. The total is $334. This will be due within 10 days of today's date. Now, sir, we are a court of record. You do have a right to appeal if you wish to do so. The first step is you need to file a written motion for a new trial within 10 days of today's date. If you don't wish to appeal, you either need to come in and pay this in full or set it up on a payment plan within 10 days of today's date. All right. So my court clerk will email you a brochure that has a little bit of information about your right to appeal. Just make sure you don't miss that deadline in one way or the other, either file a motion for new trial or set up for some payments. Do you understand? I see you're giving me a thumbs up. Is that yes?
No.
Okay. All right. This concludes your hearing. You're released at this time.
Well, that didn't go too good for him. And the argument that he brought really didn't have any weight whatsoever. He would have been better off telling him he had to go to the bathroom because he had an emergency going on. But instead, he wants to challenge where there's no other cars on the road that night. He's the only one out there, but yet he was doing the speed limit and wasn't going over, and that officer's just sitting there making up that kind of speed for no reason. I don't know. You put it in the comments what you think about it. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you around on the next one.